Resub Dova. Resub Chalmers. Oh, right. I'm still on the chess setting. Let's get it! Woo!
There's some very unexpected developments in your future.
Crash Bandicoot.
Events that will change the course of your life.
That last part might have been a hair dramatic, but there's lots of awesome updates and additions coming to the Crash Bandicoot 4 It's About Time experience on PlayStation 5. Hey everyone, I'm Lou Studdard, creative producer at Toys for Bob. I'm here to give you the feature rundown on Crash Bandicoot 4 on PS5.
No, I don't even know where that is actually
4K at 60
intact.
frames per second,
Makes
adaptive
Resub Oscar.
triggers, 3D audio, and more.
Let's make this fun.
Picking up where Crash Bandicoot Warp left off, in Crash Bandicoot 4 It's About Time, we find the evil mastermind.
Is there going to be more consoles?
Dr. Entropy,
Nah, probably be sold out everywhere forever.
Inescapable,
Which I think is good for you, since there's only like 2 games on it right now.
What follows is a
The fact that
mind-bending
PS5 is
adventure for
impossible to
Crash
buy
and
is a
his
great
marsupial
thing for
pals.
consumers. Saves you some money for now.
We designed Crash Bandicoot 4 to leap off your screen, brimming with bold, vibrant environments and characters. Crash Bandicoot has always looked pretty suave, but wait until you see him spinning heads in native 4K at 60 frames per second. With the weight of the universe on your shoulders, and probably some errands to run.
This game was good, but I don't know why you're opening the state of play with a DLC
DualSense wireless
trailer.
Controllers bring adaptive triggers to your fingertips, so you can feel the blast of Neo Cortex's DNA-changing ray gun, or feel the grip when you grapple a Tana's hookshot. Hold on tight when
Thanks to
you
the gift
feel
sub
the
spook.
boost of Crash's jetboard, and really feel the suck when you vacuum his dingo dial. Looking to get fully immersed in the Crash Bandicoot universe? Crank it up to 11 and take your audio into an all-new dimension with enhanced 3D audio.
It makes the use of gingivitis and crow.
106% completion is the sign of a true Bandicoot master. But should our genetically mutated marsupial lose his way, leverage PlayStation 5 activity cards to track your progress.
Activity cards!
Time
Woo!
trials,
Yeah!
flashback levels, and boss fights. I bet Entropy wishes he had that. Even bring your incomplete save over from the PlayStation 4 and use the activity cards to get to 106%. Oh, and one more thing. If you own the PS4 version of the game, an upgrade option is available. Check out the PlayStation blog for full details.
Thanks to Prime Faye,
Whether it's your
resub
first
views.
playthrough or your 100th, there's no better time to experience Crash Bandicoot 4 It's About Time on PlayStation 5.
Good game, but I wouldn't have opened with a DLC.
Welcome back, Crash. The gang's all here on today's new edition of State of Play. We've got some great updates lined up for you.
Hey, I'm excited. I'll take your word
First,
for it. Let's
check
go.
out the latest on an eagerly anticipated game coming to the PS5 console this spring.
That better
from
not be Death
PlayStation
Stranding.
Studios.
Is that Death Stranding? Are those babies?
Hey everyone, we at Housemark are excited to give you this sneak
thank
peek
God.
at Returnal. In Returnal, you will play as Celine, an Astra scout, who crash lands on an alien planet, Atropos, after receiving a
I need
mysterious
to get some
signal.
J-Swizz and
White
Tier 1
Shadow.
bread and resub fat.
Players will explore this inscrutable, dark planet in search for answers and unfold mysteries, which may point to a larger force at play.
This looks cool.
Dashing and quickly maneuvering your way above and around enemies is key to survival in Returnal.
No, I've got no complaints about this. This actually just looks kind of cool. Never heard of this before.
With the large variety of enemies and the vast number of unique movesets each possess,
As long as it's not
combat
just a wave
situations
shooter.
prove challenging no matter
That'd
what
suck.
the circumstances are. Death is only the
Thanks for the resub, Brew. Good to see you. And the resub, Casey.
Every time you die and restart, the world will change. The map will be different,
And the Prime Chaotic.
enemies will appear in new locations and in differing numbers, so you have to think fast and adapt. Here you can see the use of the lightning alt-fire, which is great for crowd control. This is one of many alt-fires that you can acquire in the game.
I think it looks great aesthetically. It just depends on like what kind of game it is. Because right now, to me, it looks like a wave shooter or something.
You will stumble across mysterious devices that can grant rewards to the player. These will vary from weapons, consumables, and upgrades, and they can completely change your playstyle and make each cycle feel unique.
It's a roguelike FPS.
Returnal also
Well,
has
that sounds
a deep
good.
and engaging narrative.
If only you were
Beyond
accurate, because this is not an FPS.
That is the
So
story of Celine,
I'm guessing
as
you're
they
just
venture
absolutely
deeper
fucking
and
wrong.
Deeper into Atropos and into her personal nightmare.
Do people not know what FPS means anymore? I see this all the time. Anything with a gun they just call an FPS.
Powers, but not fully. They're corroded. Some parts are missing, others seem manufactured. But I can remember.
Thanks to 2 gift subs to
the
Boggin and
torment,
Resub Wizard
feeling like I was
and
losing my
Rimbic.
mind.
I hope everything's looking up for you now, Rim.
There's no comfort here. No safe space.
I've become a huge fan of roguelikes, so I'm excited if this is a roguelike.
Exactly as I left it.
Returnal lands on April 30th, and it's developed by the talented team at Housemarque. Next, let's take a closer look at a high-impact new PS4 game called Knockout City.
Knockout City! Woohoo! Oh, is this dodgeball? Do we have any Knockout City fans in here? I've never heard of this.
We're an indie developer based in upstate New York, and we recently announced Knockout City, a team-based multiplayer action game for PS4 where rival crews settle their scores with epic dodgeball battles. Knockout City is easy to pick up and play.
At least it's
There's a lot of depth
unique.
here for those who've got the skills. In our 1v1 face-off mode, you'll go head-to-head in a constantly shrinking battleground, relying on your reflexes and abilities to knock out an opponent. A well-timed catch powers up the ball, making it easier to land a hit.
Thanks to
Use
Prime,
trick shots to lob a ball over a
KFC,
ledge
and the
or hook
resub
it around
Faba,
the corner.
and Soul Giver.
Fake a throw to mess up your opponent's timing and knock them out before they can recover. When you're in a tough spot with a ball flying your way, a last-second dodge is the difference between getting knocked out and staying in the fight.
I
Keep
mean,
your wits about you and outplay your opponent.
this doesn't look bad. It's like For Honor, kinda, but with dodgeball.
Let's jump
At least
into
that's what it
TKO,
reminds
our
me of.
3v3 mode. Teamwork makes the dream work in Knockout City. If your crew is outmatched, a well-coordinated team can still dominate. We're playing in Back Alley Brawl, a new map that you'll find in our upcoming crossplay beta. The special ball for this match is the
Fortnite
Sniper
Trios.
Ball, which locks onto
Ah,
targets
yes.
from far across the
I
map.
can
and
see all the
wham!
inspiration from
You can take them
Fortnite,
out
all the
before they have a
building and the
chance to react.
guns,
Beyond special
and
balls,
material
each map
gathering,
features a
and the
unique
Battle
weapon.
Royale.
In Back Alley Brawl, you can hop into a tube and make a quick getaway, or use them to sneak up on your opponents. Caught empty-handed?
Fortnite didn't
you
invent
literally become
cartoons.
The ball, a new weapon for your teammate. Or risk it all. Charge up a teammate, launch them high into the air with an ultimate throw, and they'll land in a huge instant KO explosion. The team here at Velen has been obsessed with building this world over the last 4 years.
Thanks to Prime, Jakey, and
Knockout City
Resub
is coming
Spoon.
out May 21st, and we'd love your help in our final stretch of development. Rally your crew and sign up for our crossplay beta at knockoutcity.com to play early on PlayStation. See you soon, brawlers.
Yeah, this very much reminds me of For Honor. The faking out and shit, having to, like, I don't know, approach a fight with, like, feigns in mind and shit.
Time for something new.
That's what it's
Here's your
called, right?
first look
Feign?
at an
When you
upcoming
feign an
PS5
attack or some
game
shit?
from the
I
team
don't
at
really remember For
Slowclimb.
Honor all that well. Feint. Same shit. Is this the raid game? It's about goddamn time. Super Fight 2? I'd lose my mind. If they just surprise announce Super Fight 2 for $300. Thanks for the gift sub, Echo. Oh, that was pretty fucking cool. No idea how that game's actually gonna play, but that actually looked
That
really
was
fucking
the
cool.
debut of Sifu, coming to the PS5 console later this year.
It absolutely just looked
Now
like
let's
The
get an
Raid
update
as a
on
video
Solar
game.
Ash, an epic new PS5 adventure
And The
from
Raid
Heart
is
Machine.
great.
Hey everyone, I'm Alex Preston, creative director of Heart Machine. You might know us as the team behind Hyperlight Drifter. Today, I'm here to show
I would have
you the
guessed
first
Risk
piece
of Rain.
gameplay for our new title, Solar Ash. Solar Ash is a huge, stylish 3D platformer focused on speed, movement, and fluidity. The game is set inside a giant black hole known as the Ultra Void, which has been consuming everything in its path.
The Ultra Boy?
You play as Ray, a daring void runner who has decided to venture into
Nice
this
use of
terrifying
gang alcohol.
anomaly as a last-ditch effort to save her homeworld. Ray is extremely agile,
Ultra
able to
Void.
speed across the world with abilities akin to skating. On the ashen clouds, she can quickly cover great distances in our huge world. At its core, Solar Ash is a game about movement, and Ray has everything she needs to flow through the dangerous and unique world.
That's not really my kind of game.
As you journey to save your planet, you'll find yourself face to
There's
face
the
with
resub entry.
complex and violent creatures. Our combat system is simple, fast, and fluid, built to empower players and encourage flow. As you explore the Ultra Void, enemy encounters will scale to greater and greater sizes. Some of these creatures require speed and precise timing to defeat.
Thanks to the resub, Ember and Jukebox and G-Mister. Didn't play Hyperlight Drifter, I don't
Ray
think.
will eventually need to face the massive sentinels of this void.
That's fair,
Rigid,
Phallic. It's just not my
starved
kind of game.
beasts that hold the key
I like
to
games
the
with really good
quest.
movement, but not when it's the entire game. Just getting from point A to point B. I need more to it. This really just seems like the whole selling point is movement when pressing X sometimes.
Solar Ash is Heart Machine's vision of the adventure platformer. The giant spaces,
Thanks for the gift
feel
sub,
of
Tyler.
movement, the flow of combat, and the high-stakes battles atop enormous beasts all come together to bring players something we think is incredible.
I think it looks good though,
and more
visually.
importantly, fun. This game is a labor of love for everyone on the Heart Machine team. We're excited to bring Solar Ash to PS5 and PS4 later this year.
Fuck the PS4, PS5 only. If you didn't get a PS5, you're just a goddamn loser.
If you're a fan of scary
Fuck 'em.
games, this next one is for you.
Make the game for me and me alone.
When I first found you, you were
There's a
not,
big tier 2 Tray Flip, and a tier 1 Devilry, and the gifts of Tyler and Prime Iron.
but now you are more. Are you ready?
Hey, Five Nights at Freddy's, let's go. Oh, I guess not. No, this is definitely Five Nights at Freddy's. I just watched this movie. It's called Willy's Wonderland. Let's get it. I've only ever played one Five Nights at Freddy's game and fucking hated it.
Gregory, we can get you out of
These are
here.
2 gift subs,
You and me
Oipa, and a
together.
tier 1 Corky Miller. Like a combat phallic,
They
more
won't
than just
stop
pressing
hunting
X sometimes.
None of them will stop hunting you. We have to get you out by morning.
Jesus Christ.
I say, you will bring me what I want, and if you fail me,
And you will. Both of you burn!
Oh my god. Jesus. Thanks to Resub Night Owl. And exacerbates and Lee Hammond eggs.
There is more going
I can tell you the happiest person about this announcement is Matt Pat. He can make another 300 videos on the potential game theory behind this new Five Nights at Freddy's.
That was a chilling new look at Five Nights at Freddy's security breach. Up next, let's take a tour of Oddworld Soulstorm.
Actually kind of excited about that, not gonna lie. I remember liking the
Hi, I'm
Oddworld
Lauren
trailer.
Laird, creative director at Oddworld Inhabitants. Today I'm going to take you on a brief tour of our newest game, Oddworld Soulstorm.
They've always known you would come. Do you know why you have?
In Soulstorm, you reprise the role of Abe, accidental hero turned unlikely leader of an emerging revolution.
I have no idea, Resident.
As you
Sorry, I
do
just saw
battle
that. I don't know
through
enough about
weird and
Digimon
wonderful
cards.
environments in an effort to escape the all-powerful and eternally greedy Gluckins. We really wanted to bring this world to life with what we call 2.9D platforming, which adds much more depth and immersion for the player.
2.9D.
This sense of connection is also
Why not just add the
reinforced
extra
through the use of
.1?
dual
Call it,
senses
let's get that. Let's get up to 3D. We have the
as you'll
technology.
now be able to feel Abe's heartbeat in high alert and suspenseful situations. There are well over 1,000 fellow Mudokons that you must try to save along the way. But they are far more than helpless workers looking to be saved. When used effectively, you'll be able to solve puzzles, harness their combined energy, and be given the tools
Thanks to
they
Resub
need to
Brokefoot,
fight
Shark,
alongside you.
and Discord staff.
And there will be times when the extra hands will be needed as you face off against an array of heavily armed enemies that will stop at nothing to find and end Abe once and for all. In order to stand a chance against this much larger threat, we gave Abe the ability to scavenge, loot, and pickpocket items from his surroundings and use them to craft an impressive
Perhaps my
arsenal of
least
his own
favorite
that he can
mechanic
share
of
with
any
others.
video game ever. I hate that. Having
can
to,
also
like,
play as a
tediously
non-lethal
search
pacifist or an
each
agent of
fucking
chaos.
locker and
We wanted
each
you to
enemy
have the
in a
choice.
game is so boring.
But there is one iconic ability for our shamanic protagonist, Possession. This mystical power allows you to take control of your foes and use their strengths and weapons against them, or use them to gain access to paths still ahead.
I really like the Abe's Odyssey,
The
the
Oddworld
Abe
universe is a diverse
but
place,
this doesn't
and
look
this means that there are some
that great
environments
for
and
me.
situations that require a little more thought, patience, and stealth. You'll find dark and dangerous caves, heavily guarded industrial sites, and ancient forgotten lands. Here, we've built lots of opportunities for you to test your skills and find different ways to handle things. It won't be easy. If being hunted by an army backed by a shady and wealthy organization isn't bad enough, there are also more dangers in the forms of natural obstacles, ancient
They
traps,
had an
traps against
Oddworld
swarming
FPS
dark
game,
creatures,
right? I'm
and
not
industrial
misremembering that.
hazards that must be dodged, crossed, and avoided. Ultimately, Abe's journey is one of hope, freedom, and truth. There's a rich and engaging narrative to discover
Stranger's
in a
Wrath.
world
Thank you,
full
yeah.
of lies, and we've been able to bring our characters to life like never before. In true Oddworld fashion, your actions in-game will decide the fate of Abe and all those you manage to liberate along the way, and we can't wait to see what you will do.
Yeah, I don't know if I'd really like the game, but I love the universe. I think it's really cool. Thanks to Resub Asimov.
That was the latest on Oddworld Soulstorm. And here's some exciting news.
This whole event
Active
reminds me of when
PlayStation
you
Plus
used to get to the
members will
movie
get
theater
PS5 version
early,
for no extra
and they
cost,
just blast you
starting
with
in
like
April.
some ads. But at least some of these are pretty good.
Moving on, it's time to catch up with Kena Bridge of Spirits, a gorgeous new adventure we last saw in the June PS5 showcase.
Thanks to Prime Drew. Thanks, Phallic. Oh, I remember this game. This game looks adorable. Doing alright, Bash. Hope you're having a good day.
Rotzi.
Yeah, I played Tarkov. It was
How you
mediocre at
doing?
best. Not a game for me, really. Way too slow.
Something tells me you did not come to our village looking for forest creatures.
Hello, Spirit. I seek passage to the Sacred Mountain Shrine.
Our village is bound to the shrine's energy. But that power faded long ago.
Oh, shit! Has Kingdom Hearts 4 been announced? If there's any justice left in the world, that'll never get announced.
Trapped spirits linger here, tangled in the tragedies of our past. We must help these spirits if you wish to reach.
That's sweet. Thanks, Smirk.
It's okay. You have to go now.
I have no complaints about this game. I think it looks pretty solid.
This land can be healed, but you cannot stay here, Spirit.
This looks like a game that lives or dies by its boss battles. I think that looks solid. Thanks to resub Wartoy and Smosh.
The path of a spirit guide is a lonely one.
Now let's settle in for a stylish new look at Deathloop, a PS5 first-person shooter developed by the team at Arcane.
Oh, hey, wait, I remember this.
What?
You'll never, ever break this loop.
There's no never here. Just you, me, and the rest of these maniacs.
Bring it, baby.
This is Ramblin' Frank's matinee.
Hey, nice feels, Toad.
Goes out to the handsome asshole trying to break our loop. Cold. The visionaries are ready to dance. Are you?
It's Arcane Studios, man. I'm sure it'll turn out to be good. Have they made a bad game? Oh, Jesus Christ. Did they make Rage 2? I hated Rage 2. Okay, they've made one bad game, if they made Rage 2. That was just Bethesda? Okay, cool. Thank God. Then yeah, they haven't made a bad game. Thanks to Prime Jackson, resub Bane. One thing Arcane does really well that pretty much no one else does is they understand, like, not every power needs to be, like, something, like, offensive, like shoot lightning. Half of the powers Arcane uses are movement-based, and that's what makes it so fun. It lets the player get creative. Yep, looks good to me. Thanks to the Tier 1 Feels Toad and the resub Tin Babies, Kuba, Deja, and the Prime Ori. This reminds me of like a James Bond intro song.
Let's do it again tomorrow.
What to do when the bullet is the same, but the kill is always new.
Song's over, people. And so is Ramblin' Frank. The rest of you
Yep, that looks good.
motherfuckers are next.
Thanks to resub. Johnny. Yep, it's basically Dishonored again, which is fine.
Before we leave, how about
Wait,
a
what?
huge update for one of 2020's most celebrated games?
What do you mean before we leave? That was like 10 minutes. Hey, Final Fantasy VII! Hey, I fucking love that game.
Quickly! Barrett!
Give me a break.
Jesse! Barrett!
Where you been?
Help me!
Is this just DLC or something? I mean, I'm not gonna buy DLC, but...
Push it past the red line! Now it's my turn!
Got your little force right here!
A touching reunion.
I thought Final Fantasy VII Remake was great.
Girl finally made it to Midgard. My name is Yuffie, materia hunter and elite special.
So is this how they're gonna handle the game? DLC to finish the story? Or is there gonna be a part 2?
Wutai is not to be trifled with. Members of Avalanche, we got this.
I'm back.
Ah, there you are. Someone's been expecting you. What took you?
No, this is definitely DLC.
Anyway, it's nice to meet you. I'm Sonon Kusakabe. Where's Cloud?
We lost him.
You what?
He will be okay, though, right?
Well, of course he will.
They're the ones who blew up
Thanks
the
for resub,
reactors.
Ergost.
Cool. Should we say hi?
No, better not. After what they've done, you gotta assume Shinra's on their tail.
Look, a Moogle!
Stop! We gotta help.
They're choosing to show the most boring parts of playing Final Fantasy. Traverse the land slowly. Yeah, that's better. That's a lot better.
Boss!
You guys should probably get moving.
Got it.
But yeah, this is definitely just DLC, not part 2.
They deserve what's coming to them.
Yeah, they do. But I'm not your sister.
What?
There you are.
Who are these jerks?
No clue. It just appeared.
What?
Now, let the hunt begin.
So it is DLC, right? Like that's 100% DLC.
Get down here, Bert.
Is there a difference? Man, it is night and day, I tell you what. I mean, the game looked fucking beautiful on PlayStation 4 already, and it looks pretty much exactly the same on PS5. Thanks for resub, Jim and Unicorn. Final Fantasy VII is an incredible game, and the remaster is good too. Or the remake, excuse me. The remake is good too. Gets a little wacky at the end, but even still, I liked it a lot. I don't really care about DLC though. Never have. I guess phallic, I don't know. It still seems like trivial though, phallic.
Wait, what?
Thanks for the 5 gift subs, Truce. Appreciate it, Truce.
You see that?
That's how ninjas do it.
Yep.
Oh, hey, that's kind of nice. Thanks, resub Truce. And the bits, kitty.
That was the reveal of Final Fantasy VII Remake Intergrade, coming to the PS5 console later this year. And that's our show. We hope you're as excited as we are for what's to come in 2021. See you next time.
What is the point in doing, like, what was that? It was a almost 30-minute show? I think it was less than 10 trailers and nothing else. I mean, Deathloop looked really cool though. A couple of the games looked good, but I mean, so what the fuck is the point? It seems like such a fucking waste. Nintendo Directs are just as fucking bad too. I don't know who told game companies that that kind of shit is fun. Hey guys, let's just turn on a stream and drop like, I don't know, like 6 trailers, and I don't know, people probably like that, I think. Thanks to Prime Reborn-Z's and the gifts of Echo. Returnal and Deathloop were definitely the 2 best out of the 6 or 7 they showed. Why not just wait and do like a big show like they used to do for E3, but E3 is kind of obsolete, so you can just do it yourself. It generates a lot more hype that way, and it's a lot less underwhelming.
I'm busy, I'm